Alright, making sure everything is okay on my end. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Contest of Speeds AM3 competition. We are here round 16 at the Marina Bay Circuit for the Singapore Grand Prix. This track at its current format for this game at 5.03 kilometers or 3.146 miles debuted on the Formula One calendar in 2008, and if I'm not mistaken, 2008 was known as Crashgate. Somebody in the chat or my co-commentator, Mr. E. Warren, correct me if I am wrong.
I believe that was Crashgate.
But yeah, this has been the home of F1 night racing since 2008. And no, Acid, you're not allowed to race AM3 when you destroy AM2.
Got him.
But yeah, this track, 23 turns in its current format, has a lap record of, shocking, 141.905. That's not the shocking part. It's the driver who holds the lap record. And in the machinery that he holds it in. It's Kevin Magnussen in the Haas of 2018.
Got the wrong guy, yeah.
Yeah, it's K-Mag. He actually has a lap record. Before we get started, a little bit to go through from last week. We had no penalty reports, so the results do stand from the podium with BK, Shamboy, and Red Arrow. I did have to award 3 attendance reps for Tin Man, Ike, and Raptors for not either not marking attendance or not showing. Tonight, unfortunately, I'll be doing that with 2 people. Raptors is one and LZ is the other. Tonight we have 14 guys, as you see on the grid there. And featured is our current championship leader, BK, who tonight can clinch the Drivers' Championship with a win, and I believe Sean Boy has to finish 9th or worse. So, for the opening tagline for tonight, when's the gloves coming off, gentlemen?
Get in there and do something!
We've been waiting all season for this championship fight to come to a climax, and with 3 rounds left, tonight is the night.
I really do think it might be, because not everybody's going to be having different types of setups, because they're going to be gunning for the race, which is going to be a full wet race all the way through, so it'll be interesting to see how much chaos we have through that. But yeah, having that rain coming is going to really change up the grid during qualifying because of the wet setups on everybody's car.
Right. Especially around this track, the Marina Bay Circuit, it does have a tendency for safety cars. It is the only track on the F1 calendar that every single time F1 has visited here, there has been a safety car. 23 safety cars in 13 races here at the Marina Bay Circuit. So that's a pretty dubious distinction, and not one for track reputation that I would like. However, this is a favorite of Mr. Deathstorm. I don't know how, but it is. You could have it? Yeah, I could have it, alright. I'll take it. And I'll take my podium from last season's EU3 as well.
The name of the game is Survive.
Tito, you're not wrong. I wish you were joining us here tonight. For whatever reason that you're not here, hope everything is doing well on your end, and hope I could see you next week in China.
China.
That's another track that I love. Shanghai.
Minus the first 2 corners, and turn 5, and turn 7, and turn 8, and your long right-hander on the back. AKA everything that isn't a corner, I like.
Everything that in a corner I liked. Basically, you just like the elongated back straight and front
I just
straight.
like the straights.
That's it. That's all.
I'd rather drive Vietnam than that track.
I never had to do a league race at Vietnam, so...
I'm glad I didn't do this. Would have been terrible.
Well, safe travels there, Tito. Like I said, hope you are here next week. Completely understandable on why you're not here then.
With Tin Man.
That kind of looked a little bit of a hold on BK there. Let's see what the benchmark lap is going to be as he sets a 140.0. I'm assuming that's being eclipsed, well, yep, very quickly with a 139.6. EU3 pole time this afternoon was a 138.2 by Cornish Mantle. So let's go down the order here.
Guess I'm not doing standings.
On an out lap currently. Kryptonic Swag is just about to
swing, actually.
Swing. I say swag, I don't know why. Hush it, you. Sean
or
right
it's
now
or
has
it's
the provisional
Kryptonic Swang. We don't know.
It is.
Is it Kryptonic Swang?
It is.
Oh.
What was up with Tin Man? He was up in AM2 for a little while, and then got put back down here to AM3. So
yeah, Tin Man, he
was
is
able to
hit the access road underneath the bridge in the third sector. Must have ran a little bit wide there on his outlap.
All right. Well, he's about to start his lap, so let's take a track tour of this Marina Bay circuit, circa the Tin Man, the current AM3 defending champion, going through turns 1 and 2, going into second gear through the hairpin, third, fourth. You want to maximize the exit here to the first DRS straight at the end of sector 1. Fifth, sixth, CCD up in the seventh, and then around the corner, hit 8th gear maybe. There it goes. 27.5 for the first sector. It is a purple sector, but this seems glitched out on occasion, so we don't know if that's a true purple or if it's just a personal purple. Now going through to turn 10, the old Singapore sling, which was thankfully redone from games past. That corner was just absolutely treacherous. And
you don't like planes? There planes in Singapore?
Oh no, we don't like planes in Singapore. Purple sector 2 as well. He's at a 106.0. Going through the very technical third sector, which for the new game is completely reprofiled. So this part of the track here, where you go underneath the pass here, will no longer be a part of it.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, they shortened up the track, so I think it's going to be like 34 laps now instead of the 31 that it is currently.
It's because it's actually grandstands for one of the only inflatable, I don't know if it's quite inflatable, hovering soccer stadiums, actually.
Yeah, that might be right. As Tin Man goes third fastest with a 40.3, 3/10 behind Mr. BK there for P2. He's firmly in the second row of the grid with Red Arrow, who has been showing a heck of a lot of form lately in that Aston Martin. Before we get too deep into it, speaking of the Aston Martin and Red Arrow, why don't you go through the point standings there, kind sir?
Oh, it took you long enough. I was wondering when you'd get around to me. But yes, as we go into round 16, as we go to the Constructors, Haas has clinched their Constructors Championship at 464 points, followed by quite a gap, almost over double the points to Red Bull behind at 225, with Gru, basically, in McLaren at 168, followed by another sort of gap down to AlphaTauri at 127 and Aston Martin at 120. And then there's a four-way battle for their 6th between Ferrari at 94, Alfa Romeo at 83, Merc at 71, and Alpine at 70 to round out the backside. As we move over to drivers, again, the 30-point gap stands between the two Haas drivers, the Haas Canadians, driving an American car, BK at 247 and Sean Boy at 217, with lonely McLaren Grew at 154, holding up his team as the two Red Bulls of Whitjay and Red Mask at 105 and 102, followed by Red Arrow there in P6 at 96 points. Tin Man follows him at 77. Severe Scott and Arkaka right next to each other at 58 and 57, respectively. Raptors sitting at 50. Black Hammer at 35. Jay Walker at 30. Kiss My LZ sitting at 22. Captain Tito and... I think that's his name, right? I don't know. Tito at 20 and Ike Jr. at 20. Captain Jack's at 14. Karsten at 13 and Krypton at 5.
Well, there you go. Just finishing up, and we are now on board with the P2 in the driver's standings as Krypton goes fastest. He already into the 137s?
Oh, Lord. Oh, that might be a setup.
137, and that absolutely smashes EU3's pole time. And I mean, not just like a little rinky-dink 1 or 2 tenths. That's 6 tenths. Holy moly, what a lap by the Ferrari. Let's just see if he could translate that pace into the wet. Sean Boy going through the bridge here. Very easy to lose the back end. Or the front end, depending on if you hit the wall. Where and when is pretty much a formality at this track. As he's 2 tenths up after Sector 2, we're going to stay on board here with the second Haas. The P2 in the standings right now. But again, going with the point standings from Mr. E. Warren, when is the gloves coming off? I will not stress that point enough. These two have had a friendly agreement all season, but the gloves need to come off. They want the fans want to see a fight here, and quite frankly, so do we in the booth. As all right, 138.9, 7 tenths faster. I mean, Kryptonic.
Going around to BK, he's actually 2.5 up on his first sector time as he's coming around through the tunnel.
Okay, well we're gonna go on board then with the other Haas of BK. Kryptonic Swang is still over a second ahead of Sean Boy there. And Sean Boy...
BK's only 3 tenths up on his time, looking at a 39.7 at the moment, seeing what he can do in this final sector, see if he can find any more time.
As Red Mask goes...
as he invalidates on that corner.
Oh, that's a very easy spot to do that. As Red Mask also went P3 there with a 39.0. I'm not sure where he finished today in EU3. I think he was in the top 4, top 5, but I'm not 100% sure.
And then BK with his voodoo magic over here, charging up his battery.
Yeah, he might want to watch the Alpine there behind him. I believe that is Arkaka. He is going to be setting up. He is going to be setting up to go on his lap as we approach under 6. Well, we're at under 6 minutes left to quali here. 144. I mean, it's a pretty big gap from first to last at the moment.
It does look like BK is going for another lap. He's only got 50% of ERS in the tank, so we'll see what he can do, as he'll probably run out around his third sector lap time.
Well, hello,
it's
Mr. Tizzle.
Oh, it's a tizzle, my schnizzle.
Oh, jeez. How are we doing tonight, Cam? I know you're supposed to be at work. As our
go climb another wind turbine.
Hey,
why don't you?
He does something that we can't do. Yeah.
I could. I just choose not to.
Yeah, you do have a different name, and we're gonna leave that PG and leave that exclusively for our lads in EU too. We're gonna leave that there. So, if you reserve an EU2 and you're on the European side watching this, tune in Wednesday for that one.
BK's 5/10 up on this lap time around. He's emptied the tank, got 6% left, so we'll see what he can do around this time, as he will not invalidate at that corner, luckily. He'll be able to push it under the tunnel.
Arkaka's actually going to come around first. He is over a second on top of his PB, so I'll stay on board here with the Alpine of Arkaka, and then we'll go over to BK. 42,
oh, so he's got to dip into the pits, so we're going to have to wait and see on the BK's time.
There you go. All right, well, Arkaka improved a heck of a lot, but he's still only P12. He was over almost a second and a half faster, and he's still P12. So that just tells you the disparity around here of who's probably got a wet setup and who definitely doesn't.
Correct, John.
Still. Jeez. Playing Risk.
Come, Tizzle.
Don't give it away. Like, no. Bad person. Bad E1.
Come, Tizzle.
Let's go with the new McLaren, well, the new work McLaren driver of VSC Cap and Jack. For the longest time, Gru Tire God King didn't have a teammate, and this gentleman popped into the server and popped into the league a couple weeks back, and I'm glad to see him here. He's definitely a good driver to race along with. He's definitely clean. I was racing with him in AM2 when he reserved. He was up with me in that group of midfield battling that out. So I'm glad he is here with us in AM3, and hopefully with some of these guys like Cap and Jack, Kryptonic, maybe Swifty can make a return.
Cam, that's definitely not the worst thing I've said on stream.
It is not. No. He's just no. But I want to see what AM3 has next season with these guys, if they are still together in AM3, or even if they get bumped up to AM2. We don't know yet. When the new game comes out, everything is going to get reshuffled around by the looks of it, as far as pays, as far as tiers go, which I'm looking forward to.
Might lose you as a teammate. You gotta get your pace up.
I might lose you as a teammate. We will find out soon enough.
Your pace up.
We'll find out soon enough, my friend. If I do, then so be it. But we still have F2, and we still we gotta work together as AM admins. So
Saint is my F2 teammate.
No.
Yeah.
I'm talking. No. That is a monopoly. No.
Yeah, it is a monopoly.
Speaking of things and teammates and stuff, our little friendly rivalry that we have going on that I've kept alive somehow.
That's because I screwed it up. That's because I just keep going with out of left field picks.
But yeah, Mr. Warren with 3 rounds to go is 8-6-1 to my 6-8-1. I still have a chance. To beat you. I just gotta run the table. I've had to run the table for like the last month and a half. Oh, jeez. There's Cam over here for tomorrow. Here's my season overview. I threw a lot of points in the bin. I crashed for a month and a half.
Get wrecked. Started off strong with the George Russell-esque season. Going P14, then P4, P5, P5, P4, and then another P5.
At least
and then the most I've gotten is like P8.
At least I wasn't the P11 merchant that I was last season.
Got P11.
But it wasn't an improvement either because I DNF'd 6 races.
Bah. Oh jeez, we totally forgot qualifying is over already, as BK's down in P6.
Oh wow, hello. And that's not looking too good right now for his championship hopes. I definitely think he's actually on a wet setup, so there's absolutely no way. Can't throw shade at you.
Well, look at the freaking standings, you dummy. Get out of here.
And I will admit, and I'm gonna say this, and I don't care. I did ask him to jeopardize his race because I had the better tire strat at that point in time. Let it be said.
You didn't have the better tire strat. It's just I would be able to hold off whoever. I'd be able to hold off Orlando. You would not be able to hold off Orlando. That's the only reason why I stayed there.
Well, I also had the faster tire, and I was just kind of dragging you along. So that was the game plan all along. It worked out very well for us.
I don't care if he's my senior. That
As
boomer can get wrecked.
Ha, thanks. Krypton is not going to improve upon his time of the 39.7, but he is going to be on pole here tonight with a 37.6. And again, absolutely stomping the lap from EU3 this afternoon on the AM side by 0.6 of a second, which never happens.
Storm.
Yeah, it definitely went WWE curb stomp. Wow. Thanks, Cam. Appreciate it, bud. No, what
This is exactly kind of what we expected, or not really what we expected, but kind of what we were looking for with this Haas race for the championship.
All right. Well, as Red Arrow goes completely off track and invalidates, so we just gotta wait for him to either finish or go whatever.
Cross the line.
Cross the line and go into the pits. I'm gonna start here with our podium predictions a little earlier than normal, but oh boy. I think I'm gonna go Sean Boy 1 because he just magically finds a way. I'm gonna go Sean Boy 1. I'm gonna go Red Arrow 2. I'm gonna go a little bit off the box tonight. And then I'm gonna go Kryptonic Swang 3.
I hate you so much.
Why?
I was gonna go Sean Boy, Red Arrow, BK.
Are you still sticking to that?
I'll stick with the. I'll stick with it, I guess.
Sean Boy, Red Arrow, BK?
Yeah.
Alright, so... Oh, hello. Cam's getting Indy 500 tickets? Nice.
He isn't getting it, he got him.
He got them, yes.
Were those the ones you were looking at that were up at the top of the top of the stands, or are you farther down than you were looking earlier?
Well, we get confirmation of that. Krypton's P1 37.6. That's a heck of a lap from him in that Ferrari. Sean Boy P2, Red Mask P3, Red Arrow P4, Black Hammer P5, Tin Man P6, BK the championship leader P7, Cap and Jack P8, Gru P9, Swifty P10, Severe Scott P11, Axie Boy P12, Arkaka P13, Carson Chunk P14 rounding out the field tonight.
I have no drinks in my fridge.
You have no drinks in your fridge, and I have a Jones Green Apple Soda sitting next to me. Imported from Canada.
Canada.
So while we are on formation lap, kind sir, do you have that little thing ready for me?
Yeah, give me a second. Do you want the full one, or do you want the instrumental version?
Oh, I want the words. As somebody hit literally X as we just go, so they gotta now quickly make the adjustment. Red Cam in the chat goes Red Mask, Shamboy, VSC, Cap and Jack is his podium predictions tonight, and he's shafting BK. You dream about gold.
behind than he'd like to be. And the last 4 people on track all missing their pit stall.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red
Jeez,
lights.
Sean boys. Oh,
Red Arrow jumped the start. Unfortunately, that's a drive-through he's going to have to serve right out of the way. Sean Boy goes up the inside of Krypton for the lead, but Krypton's going to keep it, but he's going to be forced off the track. He's going to have to give that spot up, I would believe, to the Haas, as Red Mask out of turn 3 there is looking also on the outside, as we have an Alfa Romeo in the wall. I believe that might be, it's not Axie Boy, that is Black Hammer. He and Tin Man must have got together at some point. He's down from his starting spot 9 spots. Tin Man down 7. VSE Captain Jack might have got collected in that too. He's down 4. But honestly, out of that, the biggest loser is going to be Red Arrow. He's got to serve a drive-through, and he can't serve that under safety car. So he's going to need to go in and hope there's going to be a safety car, which I'm pretty sure there's going to be tonight. But yeah, Krypton out to the races as
Red Mask.
Him and Red Mask, P1 and P2 are going to be fighting. P3 is Severe Scott already retired.
And Scott's out. Which means that's going to help Red Arrow.
That's a VSC. If they get through the front straight under VSC conditions, that's actually going to save his race. All that prep for Severe Scott, unfortunately lasting 1 lap here tonight. I don't know what happened. It looked like it happened in the Singapore sling section. As, VSC Captain Jack out of this back end of that second sector. He has no front wing, so he's going to have to come in and replace that.
Neither does Axie Boy, who hasn't even reached the 3rd sector yet, so this does look like...
Oh, geez, that is...
As well as
crazy.
BK has already caught up to his teammates, so the gap is back down to 0 between these two.
But yeah, as we go, we're still under VSE conditions, but as it sits right now, Krypton P1, Red Mask is P2. He's up 1 spot from his starting position. Sean Boy went down 1. He's sitting in 3rd. BK, I don't know how he does it. Gets buried in the pack.
God amongst men.
He gets buried in the pack, and he's still absolutely crazy as we go green flag. Swifty's P5, so he's up 5, and our Kaka is the big winner out of that. He's up 7 spots. He goes from 13th. He's up in the 6th. In that Alpine, so that's a good start from him as Axie Boy retired in the pits. So that's already 2 gone in the span of a lap and a half, 2 laps. And I have a feeling tonight that's not going to be the only thing happening.
Camera shot from BK, camera shot from BK. Helicopter shot from BK.
I didn't get the helicopter shot, I was on board, I was writing my track notes, sorry about that.
Unfortunate.
Yeah, very unfortunate for me, apparently. As you see in BK's front wing, the rain is absolutely sideways. Absolutely crazy here in Singapore and Marina Bay. Cam's in the chat saying Black Hammer got bullied out of there in that lap, first lap incident.
You could say he's getting hammered.
Chuckle, chuckle. But yeah, Kryptonic Swang is definitely struggling a little bit in the wet. I think that setup that he had was geared definitely toward the dry, but it's holding right now. But he's got a charging Red Mask in that Red Bull, and then the 2 Hasses right behind him.
And then Swifty up in P5, he's up 5 positions as well.
Yeah. Red Arrow is going to have to serve that drive-through. I'm surprised he did not serve that under VSC, and he's diving into it now. So he's going to serve his drive-through. He's going to go down from P7. He's not going to. He shouldn't go all the way down to. He should go all the way down to P11, I would presume. Yeah, definitely P11. He's not going to lose that last spot to Captain Jack, so he'll be right outside the points in the very much fabled, infamous Deathstorm position.
Which is currently being crowned by Yuki Tsunoda.
In real life.
Yuki Tsunoda and Deathstorm are the same person. Heard it here first, Deathstorm is Japanese.
If that's the case, then my ancestry is just completely wrong. As the top four have kind of gone away, Swifty and Artaka right now are battling for what's P5. Guru is almost 3 seconds back of that. So, battle right now,
Oh, as Krypton goes wide, going out of the tunnel, or out of the bridge, and he's, spinning and almost collecting Sean Boy ahead of him. Let's see if Sean Boy's got any damage, but I think it's going to let BK along the inside. Sean Boy not having any damage. BK looks like he's going to hold off into that corner.
Ooh, Sean Boy inside, as we got, Carson's retired as well.
And that's a full
safety car.
Which is going to help both Redo and Captain Jack, which sucks because it was right as we were about to start getting some racing from these front four guys.
This is already crazy. 3 laps in, and we've already got 3 casualties. At this point, is it going to be a lap, 1 lap, 1 car wreck? Elimination race style?
Are you ready for a 3-car shootout by lap 25?
But Red Arrow got bailed out. He's now back into the points, and he's going to catch the back end of this. So he served his drive-through, and he is sitting in a decent spot, I would assume.
Captain Jack's also going to get bailed out after he lost his front wing on lap 1. He's going to get all that time back that he lost, as he's going to find the end of the safety car line.
Yep. So those two gentlemen are in definitely higher spirits than they were lap 1 for sure.
Kaka's in to make a wing change.
Kaka making a wing change, so he might as well, I mean, put new wet tires on. You're going to lose 1 position minimum, probably maximum too. I don't see him losing that spot.
Under a tree. Under the sea. Under the sea. Cam Tizzles. Can we get a translation for that, Cam?
Oh my! I quit. I just quit. I quit, Cam. Just get to work.
Can we get the translation?
Yeah, we need a translation to that.
Translator. That's something you're Japanese. Translate it.
I am not Japanese. What is wrong with you? Ah, jeez.
I already did the translation. You gotta reverse it.
It's a hit. Oh.
Message.
Jeez, Cam. Wait. Well, we might need
squiggly,
a bunch of safety car topics tonight, and I don't want them to be Japanese related.
Let's see. Acorn, stick figure without a head, dash, weird L, a Y, a person on his knees, a person with a sword, another person on his knees, another Y, somebody holding his hands, 2 people holding their hands out, an upside or a 7 with a line over the top of it, some headless guy holding his hands up like this, a slash, another slash, and a dash.
Copy and paste it, Warren, in the
Copy
Google
and paste
Translate.
it? I can't. Can I copy it?
I think it could.
Am I able to copy Twitch messages? Oh, I can. Under the sea.
Under the sea.
Translate from Japanese. Fuck you, Cam.
Hey! Jar!
Jar. Wait, hold up. What's my name in Japanese?
Jar! That's your name in Japanese. But, okay, so safety car topic of the day, and I know the EU lads will not like it. I have 3 words to say to everybody, and it's English Premier League related. Viva la City!
Gross. You're a City fan? Gross.
I am a City fan. I love it.
Gross. That's gross. Gross.
And I'll say it again. Viva la City!
I'm gonna need you to never speak again.
You say that now until tomorrow. And then you'll rag on me tomorrow too.
Go lose to Inter or something.
Yeah, they'll bullet tremble. Although, City's backups beat Chelsea starters 1-0, so...
No, I'm not gonna tell Deston what I said. Or what it is.
Oh jeez, you know what it is?
Championship standings, that's all I'll say. That's all I'll allude to.
I quit. I quit with him.
You know what that means, boys? The B stream's up! When did... Oh, yeah.
No, as the safety car goes in.
I'm not a second driver!
Warren is second driver. As the safety car is going to come in this lap, Red Mask is leading the way now. Krypton is in second. Sean Boy is in third. Keeping the championship fight alive right now, being ahead of his teammate BK.
Odd somebody spins jumping on the throttle out of the last turn.
Okay, that's a Death Storm scenario because it's already happened several times. That's your top 5. That's your top 5. That was in turn 1. I'm talking about Mexico.
Oh. Direct noob. Second driver. Ooh, and Red Mask is off real early.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Red Mask is gone. Red Mask is going to be gone. I think Kryptonic's only hope and prayer was to try to hold everybody behind, but he's already off to the races as Red Mask. The two Haas boys are going to need to fight. Sean Boy's going to have to put the stuffing to BK if he can to try to get that championship lead off of him. They've already got their goal of securing the Constructors title, but they definitely need to now fight it out amongst themselves. They are the only two that can win the championship now, as third place Guru in the standings is completely too far away. BK is looking. BK is kind of there. He's sitting there. He's waiting. I think he wants to make a move. I think he wants to make a move on Sean Boy, but we'll go back to the front end here, as Red Mask is already almost a second clear of Kryptonic Swang in P2. So it's a good first phase of the race for the Ferrari and this Red Bull in front. Going further down the order, we have the two Haas boys here. We have Swifty in P5 reserving in the Mercedes, with Tin Man right behind him in P6. Drew, who may actually try to stretch these tires all the way to the end, sitting there in P7. Red Arrow now is actually up in the P8, so great recovery start from Mr. Red Arrow. As we have, Black Hammer's in P9, Arkaka's P10.
Ooh, Krypton's gone deep.
Oh, jeez. Krypton. That's killing me tonight. Oh, he's gonna kill me. That's my podium prediction. I need him in the podium. As it sits right now, Mr. Warren, you'd be clinching it.
Under the sea. Under the sea.
I will say this. I kind of did sleep on Red Mask a little bit. I knew he had a little bit of pace, but I didn't know if it was going to translate into the wet. As he, after Kryptonic's mistake, is 1.6 clear of BK, or Sean Boy rather, and BK is only 6 tenths behind him. Gaps are starting to kind of branch out a little bit. The battle on track seems to be Red Arrow and Gru for P6, so we'll go here. stay on board with the McLaren as he intends to hold off that Aston Martin while charging the Tin Man in front of him. Normally, to the viewers, you would see tire graphics. I don't think I need to have them up tonight.
It's wet. Congratulations, there's your tires.
Yeah, I don't need to have them up tonight. It's gonna be this way all race. As Gru kind of mounts the curves there, going underneath the bridge, which is gonna invite Red Arrow to go along the gearbox here and go into the hairpin. He may get a better run out of the hairpin going into the end of Sector 2, beginning of Sector 3, but he's gonna stay behind.
Tin Man and Swifty are actually getting into a fight for P4 here.
Yeah, they are. That Mercedes and the AlphaTauri here. Swifty, who just recently came back into a reserve role here in AM3, is fighting with the AM3 defending champion. It can be relevant at the end, which is why I'm thinking Gru is going to attempt a no-stop, because Gru is just insane.
As Gru spins out.
And Gru completely just botches everything I was thinking.
And the commentator's curse is alive and well.
So yeah, that will put Red Arrow up in the P6 with Kryptonic right there in P7 right behind him, with Gru's mistake there. But Tin Man and Swifty are going to be battling for this P4, but the longer they battle for this P4, Red Arrow is going to be right behind them because they're closing in as Tin Man does overtake Swifty finally. So let's see if he could try to propel himself up into the top 3 fight. He has almost 6 seconds to bridge. As Tin Man, if I just caught that correctly, is wearing the fish helmet. Yes, oh no, yeah.
Under the seat. Under the seat.
Wow, wearing the fish helmet. We played Under the Sea by the Little Mermaid. Thank you, Disney, for providing us that one.
He is the only fishy on the track at the moment.
I couldn't, yeah, I couldn't resist.
Gotta get the helmet. No, I don't think we're gonna have rain tomorrow. There's a chance at the end of the race, but I don't think we're gonna have it. I might change the helmet for the rest of the season. We'll see.
Yeah, you have a habit of doing good when you're
when I change helmets. Jetta.
Oh, I have to go into an hour and a half into our stream. Yeah.
Who the Lakers are putting it on the Nuggets?
Not surprising.
Under the sea. Let's go take a look. See how my bet is doing.
Ooh, Red Mask almost runs wide out of turn 21 there. Almost clipping the wall, turns 22, 23. As he sets fast lap with a 2:01.4. 2:01.4 is the fastest lap of the race. Good grief. That is absolutely insane for Singapore on the wet. What do you expect?
Under the sea. And now let's go look at the Marlins game. Under the sea.
As Red Arrow has caught up to Swifty fairly quickly, I might add. Yeah, Aston Martin is looking very racy right now. He's gonna try to look for that move. Oh man, he's gonna make that move.
I think I've seen this somewhere before.
Oh my
it's like
God,
it's almost like watching Max Verstappen in the wet. Oh, and they come together.
They make contact. They bang wheels a little bit, forces Red Arrow out wide, but he does hold to get the position. I think that was a case of both of them sliding into the one spot. That looked like a racing bang to me. As Krypton also got through, so that Swifty in one corner has lost 2 positions. He's all the way down to
Cam,
P7.
if they had the customization like that, I would have my helmet that I created.
Oh jeez, I've seen it.
That's what I'm gonna. Whenever I get the money, like have the money, just spend money. I'm gonna get a custom helmet like that, just to have. I won't use it. Just to have it. Yeah. Why not? Maybe I'll use it one day. We'll see. A little carton or something.
Going through the field here. Red Mask is almost 2 seconds clear now of Sean Boy and BK. Tin Man has actually lost 2 seconds. He's 7.5 adrift now. Red Arrow is closing in on that. He's only just approaching 2 seconds behind Tin Man for P3, or P4 rather. Which absolutely bonkers. Which is absolutely bonkers considering the drive-through, but the safety car again bailed him out. One thing I'm actually kind of surprised with, there's no time penalty so far. I've kind of expected there to be at least 2, maybe 3 drivers of the time penalty. As Swifty goes into the pits, I don't know if he has, he has no front wing.
Oh, yeah, I'll do it.
Huh, that explains a whole heck of a lot. And Black Hammer there is going to be coming around turns 22, 23. But he is not going to be able to overtake Swifty, so he's going to... actually, no, he might be able to overtake him. Yeah, he's going to overtake him. Never mind. Never mind. Deathstorm making...
He done goofed.
Making a goof. You have walls everywhere. You invalidate you. Not necessarily, as BK showed us in qualifying. There is a spot that you could invalidate laps and get warnings and not die. So, excuse me, Mr. Cam.
Under the sea.
While Warren sings Under the Sea. But, oh my gosh, Red Arrow is...
I am under the water.
Red Arrow is absolutely flying right now. He's already made up a second on Tin Man in front of him. He's within a second of getting into that P4 position. And as the top rookie here in AM3 COS, that is one heck of a stoic drive currently, as we're only a third of the way into the race. We got two-thirds of the race to go.
Looks like a little me.
This is an absolute marathon.
Looks
in the
like
dry, it's a marathon. Imagine the wet.
You ever wanted to race for 3 hours straight?
Oh.
Now you can. It's called Singapore in the wet.
Or any race in ACC.
Yeah, 72 laps of 2-minute laps. That'd be terrible.
72.
For 12
Actually, it would be 62, but still, that is absolutely insane.
I don't do math. Are you kidding me?
Well, 31 times 2, dude.
I don't do math.
I'm sorry that your brain's switched off.
I got 2 weeks left of class, and my brain is fried.
I would think as a pitcher you would need to know physics, which is a lot of math.
I don't know the math, I just know how to throw.
So you big bull in China shop. I just think of whoa,
Gru's out. Is that gonna pull out the 6 year again?
Yes, it is. Oh man. Well, there goes our tire god king.
We'll see if this pulls any pit stops out from these front cars. So we're down to 10 cars, which means Gru is going to inherit the Deathstorm position.
Permanently for tonight. Ironically enough, he's going to finish 11th by retiring on the 11th lap of the race. He properly done the Deathstorm position correctly. Warren throw ball to mitt. Catcher catches ball in mitt.
No, it's more like Warren throw ball to bat, and then bat hits the glove.
Speaking, you want to hear a funny story? I'm pretty sure I might have told you this, but I never told anybody else this one. I was a pitcher in Little League, and at this point, actually, the front 3 are pitting, which I'm actually not surprised. Tin Man's
as well as Tin Man. Krypton's actually going to stay out though, so he's going to try his.
Red Arrow's pitting. Krypton is gonna
Kaka stays out. Captain Jack comes in.
Oh, he's going to reassume the lead. The Ferrari's going to reassume the lead, so he is going to take a gamble and pull the Gru Strat out and try to stretch if he can. It's going to shuffle
Kaka
the field
takes
a little bit.
P2 as he's gonna get himself in front of Red Mask, but it looks like Sean Boy and BK will stay side by side as everybody else behind him.
But Tin Man, or not Tin Man, Cam, this is hilarious. I was pitching, and I got hit in the shoulder, my throwing shoulder, on a comeback to the mound. My dad, who was an assistant coach at the time, was trying to egg me to see if I was okay, and I gave him like the "I'm fine, leave me here, I'm getting angry." Very next batter, I threw a changeup and I threw it right over the plate, and as soon as I let it go, I knew. All you heard is ting.
Bomb bomb.
Me and that guy are still friends to this day. Every time we run into each other, I ask him, or he asks me if that ball landed yet, and I'm like, yeah, definitely not. That's how bad he crushed it off of me.
I've never given up a home run in my life.
That was the only home run I've ever given up. To this day, he still busts on me about it, and that is 15. Actually, we're out of high school. We're out of high school 15 years. So 20 years later. Let's go through the order here. Krypton, by not pitting, reassumes P1. Arcata, also by not pitting, is in P2 right now. Red Mask P3, Sean Boy P4, BK P5, Tin Man P6, Red Arrow P7, Captain Jack's gonna catch the back end of this, and BP8. Black Hammer is sitting P9. Swifty's hanging around. He is in P10 right now, and what is 90% of 31? Is it like 28?
Yes.
Okay, so 28 is the magic number for points.
It'd be about 27.2.
Okay, so complete lap 27, you get points.
Let's see how close it is.
You're only halfway there. Legitimately only halfway there.
27.9, sorry.
Okay, yeah, so literally you cross the line, you get a point.
Under the sea. Under the sea.
You're still singing Under the Sea.
Under
Gotta
the sea.
love it.
Under the sea. Under the sea.
In the AM3 chat, they were I made the reference to SpongeBob because somebody wanted to have me talk in a muffled voice like I was under 4 feet of water. BK. Not mentioning any names, BK. However, there's your muffled sonar right there. And it's not from me, it is from Warren.
Does it sound like I'm under the water? Please get me out of the water, please.
I don't even know how to combat that. I don't even know how to even reply to that.
I'm under the water. Oh my god, Nikola Jokic, that was the most ugly three-pointer I've ever seen in my life. Good lord.
You're still on about the Western Conference Final?
Yeah, I have it on my computer.
You should go to a sport that actually matters and try to let me know about my Braves and see if they're still smacking the Dodgers. Wink, wink. Hint, hint. Nod, nod.
Nudge, nudge.
Nudge, nudge. probably going to get one more lap under safety car here while we get Swifty and Black Hammer to catch up.
Get MLB TV. No. I don't want to get MLB TV.
No TV. ESPN.
No, I just want to see what the
need
score
ESPN.
is.
You just need ESPN.
I just want to see the score.
Last I checked.
7-5, bottom 6, Dodgers.
No. Are you serious right now? 7-5?
7-5 Dodgers.
What the heck did the Braves do? They had a 3-run lead just 3 innings ago.
Well, now they don't.
Well, I see that. It's the Freddie Freeman jinx.
I am the dog, under the log, under the tree.
Oh, jeez. You ever?
They put 2 up in the 4th, 3 up in the 5th, and 1 up in the 6th.
Oh, of course they did. Jesus. That explains a lot.
Peralta tripled to right, Martinez scored, Muncy grounded out at first, Freeman scored in the 4th. Freeman hit a 354-foot bomb, a 3-run shot.
So the long ball killed the Braves.
Betts hit a single, and the runner scored on that.
Well, good for Mookie Betts, Mr. Multi-Sport Athlete. I got a terrible camera angle. There it goes. It fixed itself now. I don't have the camera
Is
angle.
it in yet?
It was only giving me the front wing of Kryptonic's car, as the safety car will be in this lap. So Black Hammer is going to catch the back end of this. Now we still have halfway to go here, and we've already had a VSC and 2 safety cars.
Can we enact the 2-hour time limit?
Back to the 2-hour time limit. Oh, jeez.
Imagine this race with red flags in it next year.
Oh my God! If they put it on the schedule. Yeah, I'd even think of that. That or Monaco.
One last thing before we go green, Death Storm. Do we want to do B Stream next season just for the hell of it? Because we won't be able to stream because we're not on PC, so that's the only way.
I think I'm going to still myself as we go green now, and Krypton gets away, but our Kaka is there. Our Kaka right now is going to be the cork in the bottle because we know Red Mask is quick. As Swifty retired from the, Swifty just threw away a point. Why would you do that? I don't understand.
Red Mask already gets through our Kaka as well. Sean Boy is going down around the outside. Looks like he'll see if he'll let BK it through. It looks like he will. It looks like he's struggling really badly. He's already lost 4 positions on that restart. Those new tires.
A piece of wing off there. I just saw a piece of wing on track. I don't know where it's from.
As those new tires are really helping out because Red Mask is already in front of Krypton.
Yeah, it's actually Krypton. Krypton has no front wing, dude.
At all?
He definitely clipped the wall there.
We'll see how this plays into it. See if Sean Boy can make him. Ooh, it's Krypton straight on.
Oh, Krypton straight on.
Red Arrow's into the wall as well. He's gonna go down to P7.
Oh my gosh, it's all... the chaos is all unfolding all of a sudden. Red Arrow's P7. Krypton was in the lead not even a lap ago. He has no front wing. He's going to be falling further and further behind. Tin Man, Alkaka, BK, and... Tin Man, BK, Sean Boy, and Red Mask all got
Captain
by
Jack
Alkaka
also
already.
goes straight on. Everybody seems to just be going straight on around here.
I don't see a front left end of plate. Yep, I don't see an end plate. Yeah.
They're in a line for these top 3 positions. Red Mask, Sean Boy, BK all within 4/10 of each other.
Ooh. As Red Mask almost clips that corner again.
Red Mask is actually diving into the pits. He doesn't have a front wing. So here we go. Here's our first look We'll see if we can get it. This is going to be our first fight between the two Haas brothers.
How on earth do these two just find themselves? I don't know how they do it.
As well as reigning AM3 champion, fighting one of his successors. Here, he's only 7/10 back.
Arkaka's still in the mix too. He's only just under a second back of Tin Man for P3 in that final podium spot. As Red Mask is coming out of the pits, so everybody from P4, like, you have the front four who are about 3 seconds adrift from each other, and then you literally have space all day. Red Mask who's by himself with another space all day, and then you have the back four of Red Arrow, Black Hammer, Krypton, and VSE Cap and Jack. I didn't catch that until afterward, but the back five from P5 all the way back from P9 was the ones that pitted. Everybody else in the top four stayed out. Arkaka has yet to pit at all this entire race. I do believe it. Oh no, he made one stop. He must have made one. He must have made that on the first safety car.
Use your resources.
Huh?
Use your resources.
I just did. No penalties to speak of. Yeah, Shamboy, BK, Tin Man, Arkaka, all one stop. Red Mask 2, Red Arrow 2. Black Hammer is on a 4-stop right now. Krypton stopped once, and the VSC Cap and Jack stopped 3 times so far. So, a couple of those were definitely under safety car, no question.
Get up, Rajan, you weirdo.
As we are going to go back up here to the fight for the lead, it's 7/10, almost a second and a half separates the top 3. As Tin Man is starting to close on BK a little bit. He's only a half a second behind. Arkaka fell away in the distance a little bit. He's a little over a second, almost a second and a half back now. I do know he made a mistake, so I think that has something to do with it, as Swifty has left the session, unfortunately. But as it sits right now, the Lucky Rabbit's Foot team of Sean Bray and BK, who magically always find themselves, even when they're buried in the pack, they just don't make mistakes. They watch everybody crumble around them, and then at the end they just magically go, "Here I am," and somehow magically finish 1-2. That is why they are 200 points ahead of their nearest competitors, the Red Bulls, as BK almost, and I mean almost, just went into the back end of Sean Boy there. He probably actually had to lock up his brakes there. Tin Man's now a second clear. Arkaka's almost a second and a quarter, almost a second and a half behind Tin Man still. And then we have an absolute light year between Arkaka and Red Mask in P5.
What happened to Red Mask? Did he pit?
Yeah, P5 on back pitted.
Oh.
Red Mask had no front running, remember?
Oh yeah. As Arkaka's going to come into the pits, he's going to switch out his 18 lap old tires. It's going to be a 3-way battle for the rest of this until we get some sort of.
I'm actually not surprised. It's in essence a free pit stop. He doesn't have he doesn't have wing damage. He's not going to lose P4, so it's in essence a free pit stop, which makes sense. And now he's going to be on fresh tires the rest of the way, fresher than everybody else. As Red Mask takes the fastest lap with a 2 flat .7. Arkaka does beat him out. Only just, as Red Arrow sets the fastest lap of the race. So now we're going to have ourselves a little battle for P4 here between Arkaka and Red Mask. I don't see, obviously, keeping the tires warm or cold. They're not going to really do too much when it's severe wet anyway, so it's going to be come as you are.
Come as you are.
As you were, as you want me to be. Oh, God. Now I got that song stuck in my head. Thank you. Alright, so we are going to go up to... We're going to leave this battle here. We're going to go up to the lead between Sean Boy and BK. Tin Man is still hanging with that 1.2 behind for that last spot on the podium, which is kind of, I would say, not necessarily a shock podium, but it's a podium nonetheless as it sits right now. And that was instrumental.
Singapore wet. There's no shock to any of this. It's just chaos.
Yeah. Why I say shock because of how AM3 has gone this season for the most part.
Murakaka being 9 positions up in P4, he's gonna, if he can hold it there, he'll pick up some points.
Oh, absolutely. But yeah, the Haas boys, as we finally got ourselves a time penalty.
Jinxed.
Wow. It took 19 laps, but we finally got ourselves the first time penalty for Red Arrow. But the Haas boys are taking a page out of the Tin Man's playbook, just surviving and just stacking on podiums left, right, and center.
This is peak 2010 Mercedes right here. 2010's Mercedes.
Unfortunately, this is very correct.
Get in there.
As Sean Boy lost it looked like, coming out of the previous corner there. BK is going to be BK was all over the back of him. Now he's back down to 0.4 a second adrift. Going down the order here. Arkaka and Red Mask. Arkaka is starting to pull away a little bit. He's now over a second on Red Mask. That's new versus old wet tires right there. Red Arrow's in the middle of nowhere as Red Mask gets a 3-second time penalty. So he's number 2. So here we go, penalty bingo. Maybe, kind of, sort of. Red Arrow's literally all an island, all on his own. Black Hammer and Kryptonic Swang are battling.
Oh, his BK almost lost it.
Oh, BK almost lost it.
That's gonna let Tin Man through.
Oh, BK makes an uncharacteristic mistake.
Does BK have wing damage?
I don't know. If he does, it's very minor.
BK may have picked up some wing damage, but it's not visually there.
He might have. I think he might have. So now Tin Man is going to be on the charge here. He's only 1.8 seconds back of the leader with 12 laps to go here. Actually, wait. 20, 30. Yeah, 12 laps. Okay. I was right. As BK almost lost it again going out of turn 3 in that traction zone. Heading toward turn 4 there. He keeps it neat and tidy.
I was thinking about it right before that happened. I was thinking maybe it'd be an interesting time for BK to pull out a pit stop and maybe force the front two to make a stop, because I know it looks like, as I'm shown right there, is those new tires are really a lot faster than the old one.
Yeah, I mean, Arkaka is... I mean, he's not flying anymore. I mean, Red Mask kind of reeled it in a little bit. He's still 0.7 clear, though, so Arkaka is right there. But they do have a pit stop in hand. The three of them, essentially. It was like 28 seconds for between Arkaka and Red Mask. It's now 27 and change, so... I don't know
Live championship standings would put it as a 20-point gap for BK. With Sean Boy picking up 25 points and BK picking up 15 for P3.
Right, as it sits right now, with it would go down to 20 with 2 races to go, being Shanghai and Brazil, pending a rerun potential, which we hope that does not happen. For those that were looking forward to AM2 last week, we actually had ourselves a major lobby issue and we could not run, so we will be running Imola at the end of the season after Brazil.
That kiddos is why Nikola Jokic puts up triple doubles.
So I'm making Cam's job slightly easier for him tomorrow, giving that bit of information up. As Tin Man and BK are going to be, now BK is going to try to fight, so BK is going to try to press. He wants to get that P2 back. What could have been a championship coronation for Mr. BK has gone up in a little bit of smoke currently. He's not going to be able to clinch tonight at this pace. He's going to actually lose points at this pace. He's going to lose a third of his lead as it sits provisionally. And the EU3 chat, I kind of made it known, and he's like, I could have gone without knowing that information, and I'll be like, yeah, you're going to find out anyway.
Commentator curse, commentator curse, commentator curse.
He was going to find out anyway. He listens
darkness,
to the stream.
Darkness, darkness, nightmares, nightmares, darkness.
We got the helicopter view of BK and Tin Man's battle for P2. This is the battle on track currently. I mean, Red Mask and Arkaka battling for P4 is pretty hotly contested as well, so I'll be flip-flopping between this battle and that battle. As Arkaka is still ahead, now it's actually up to 8/10, so...
Oh, is Tin Man is going to go wide, and BK's going to try to put it around the inside, but he's not going to be able to do it.
No, BK is
Man
there,
holds on for his position.
Ooh, BK is trying. He's definitely trying to force his way through. That Haas wants to get P2 to make life a little easier on him going into Shanghai next week. However, Tin Man is going to drive that AlphaTauri like a boat and have Shamboy stomp out into the distance as we are now approaching 10 laps to go here at Marina Bay. And the gap is 1.8 to P2, another 7/10. Now it's another almost half second behind the P3. Arkaka is a fortnight behind, 27 seconds clear. And then you have Red Mask, who definitely looks like he made a mistake, because he was literally just under a second before, and now the gap's over 2 seconds. So he definitely made a mistake or hit a wall somewhere or almost spun the car. So you have that. Red Arrow's also in an island all alone. He's only 5 seconds to drift to P5. Kryptonic 12 seconds back of P6, sitting in P7 in that Ferrari, which would be his best finishing position of the season so far. I say that because of the major penalties he had in Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, well, it threw away a win for him, unfortunately, but them's the bricks, and he's definitely got the pace. I'll be looking forward to seeing him, his teammate Captain Tito, Cap and Jack, and a couple of these guys next season with a full season in their belt. Oh man, I feel like the battle is going to be intense as Black Hammer spins it going into the DRS straight there. I don't see any damage on the front part of his car, but I don't know if he's got any rear wing damage. He may have rear wing damage by how slow he's driving.
Ooh, BK's almost going to spin out Tin Man, just get a little bit of a tap on the rear end.
Ooh. This battle up front is starting to get very, very spicy here for P2.
Arkaka has gained 2 seconds in the last 10 laps.
Yeah, unfortunately that's not going to be enough. He's going to start needing to gain time hand over fist if he wants to make a podium run here. While we are sitting under the sea. Under the sea. In Singapore.
Go Jamal Murray, yes. No.
Oh man, so yeah, now Sean Boy's kind of regulated that gap. It's 1.82 seconds. BK still sitting comfortably in third, as we have. I think that's why camera. It definitely is. He's got to have rear wing damage or floor damage or both. If he's got either or, he's probably going to be retiring in the pits, I would imagine. Captain Jack also, who has pace in dry weather conditions, is struggling here in the wet here tonight, unfortunately for him. But he has right now been keeping his point streak alive as he runs wide out of turn 1, completely cuts turn 2. That's definitely a warning at least. Arkaka, BK, believe it or not, by the end of this, the battle, well, I mean, you have the front 3 battle, of course, but 4, 5, and 6 might end up being a battle by the end of this all, too, because Red Arrow is starting to close up on Red Mask. It was just 5 seconds before. It is now approaching 4 seconds, now 3.7. So Red Mask must have made another mistake. But yeah, that battle here between Arkaka, Red Mask, and Red Arrow might get spicy toward the end as well, especially with the time penalties in play. I mean, Arkaka has the advantage currently, but that can all change as BK going up to the battle for P2 is all over the back of Tin Man, and he definitely knows Tin Man's not going to be cracking that easily under the immense pressure that Haas is bringing on him right now. And while them two are battling, Tin Man's also starting to reel in Sean Boy. It was almost 2 seconds. It's now almost a second. So these two battles on track are going to be very, very vital later on, as BK almost oversteps his braking point and completely just almost misses the corner. He just barely kept it on the track. Tin Man loses the back end a little bit, so does BK under traction, so that's no harm, no foul there. But these 3 guys are separated by 2 seconds, a little under 2 seconds.
Oh, his BK goes straight on! He's not going to have a front wing.
Oh, BK made a big mistake, unfortunately for him. Wow.
That's championship changing right there.
And we have a full safety car. BK just brought out a full safety car. Oh my gosh, this is what luck for BK. Oh, Black Hammer gets 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane, so he's gonna have to. He's gonna have that tacked on at the end. BK just completely got bailed out there with no front wing, with that safety car. So he's going to be able to pit. I'm wondering if the front two... Oh my god, that is unravel. Oh wow, that's unraveling right there. Oh, BK just got a drive-through.
This just changed literally everything.
With the my gosh.
Sean Boy's going to stay out, and Tin Man's going to take advantage of getting the free pit stop with BK having to come in for his wing. So Tin Man's not only going to get a free pit stop, but he's going to put the pressure on Sean Boy.
Not only that, BK has all the, or not BK, Tin Man has all to play for there, because BK behind him not only has to change his wing, he's got to come in for a drive-through.
Got a good drive-through.
He got a drive-through speeding under the safety car. That is absolutely bonkers, man. Like, I don't get it. It's absolutely mad. This close to the end of the race, and the game decides to do that. I'm assuming the game decided to completely just give him the what for there. I don't know.
2 races left, and this 30-point gap is looking like it is going to shrink.
Oh, it's going to shrink
massively.
Hard. It's going to shrink.
We could be single digits going into the final 2 races of the season.
Oh, right now the story. Right now, other than that, obviously the big glaring story, the secondary story to all this, Arkaka is on the podium right now.
And Red Mass has a penalty.
Up 10 positions from the start, with the 3 drivers behind him on penalties. Arkaka's looking fantastic right now for a podium spot. as Tin Man and Arcaka have fresher tires. Tin Man has the freshest out of the front three, but Arcaka has decently fresh tires as well. We are gonna go revisit the stops here. Sean Boy's on the 1, Tin Man on a 2, Arcaka on a 2, Red Mask on a 2, BK on a 2, who has...
You know what's crazy?
What's up?
That may have just given you the win on the podium side. Because my third place was BK, and now he's going to have a drive-through and be behind everybody when the track goes green.
I didn't even think of that.
So
Wow.
my foolproof plan of putting BK in there has gone down the drain for the only time this season.
Wow, I can't believe this. I'm literally hanging on by the skin of my teeth in podium predictions. Literally. And I am playing Russian roulette. The only difference is I'm just firing bullets and I'm waiting for the blank to show up. As Black Hammer retires, I don't know why he retired. And that was on track. I'm wondering if he wrecked. And unfortunately for him, that's no points either. Lap 26.
2 laps short of classifications. We have 8 drivers left on track.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised. I thought we'd have less after the chaotic 3 laps that we had. But as it sits right now, Sean Boy leads under the 3rd safety car tonight. Sean Boy from Tin Man to Arcaka. Red Mask. Let me see the penalty situation here. Red Mask is in 4th on 3 seconds. BK has to serve a drive-through in 5th. Red Arrow on 6 seconds of penalty, sitting in P6. Krypton P7. And VSC Cap and Jack, who is a light year and a half away from the pack right now, sitting in P8, but he's still going. So as it sits right now, he is in the points. So that is one heck. I mean, survival at its fittest. So F1 Darwinism at its finest. Oh, that was a good one. That was a good. I got a good shout. Woohoo!
Funny joke.
Yeah, I know, it was a knee slapper. 2000s science class called. They want that joke back, I know. Just shows how old I am.
I would say something, but I don't think it'd be very well received.
I'll hear about it tomorrow night, so hold on to it. If I know you as well as I do, I'll hear it tomorrow night.
What do you think it's going to be about? Just give me a guess.
An old grandpa joke.
No.
Oh, wow, okay.
No, it's a joke along your calling. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah,
I may message you. I'll message you it.
Just leave it at that. Just leave it at that. We are gonna go green here with 4 laps to go, I would assume. I would assume Captain Jack's gonna catch the back end of this, the safety car, more than likely going to Sector 3 this lap. So, we should have 4 laps of racing left. And again, Sean Boy leads from Tin Man to Arcaka. Red Mask and BK, the championship leader, is down there buried in P5, and unfortunately it's going to get worse for him, given the fact that he has to serve a drive-through.
Take a look at your messages, Dexter.
Oh boy. Oh my god, you did not. You did not. Bro. That's still too soon all this time later. Oh. Oh. My head hurts now because of that. Let's see if the safety car is going to be in this lap. Exactly where I thought Captain Jack was going to catch the back end of this group is exactly where he caught him. Safety car will be in this lap, so we're going to have 4 laps here of green flag. I don't think there's going to be a safety car the rest of the way. I don't think there can be. Could there be?
You have to be this lap.
Okay.
No, it can't be, because you can't have a safety car on the first lap out. At least in this game, it won't let you.
So this is.
No, we're racing the rest of the way.
Yeah, this is going to be the restart of all restarts to end this race. Tire graphic on screen there. Sean Boy's on 15-lap-old wet tires. He's going to be leading the charge here. Tin Man behind him's on 2 laps. Arkaka on 9. Red Mask on 11. BK is also on 2. Red Arrow and Krypton on 11. And Captain Jack on 6. So, this will be very interesting last 4 laps to see if the old tires hold. The new tires blow right by as Sean Boy does take off as he runs wide out of turn 22 and turn 23.
Ooh, BK getting loose off the line, and that's going to let Red Arrow through.
A couple of drivers got loose right before the line, and Sean Boy being one of them. Tin Man's all over the back of him already as we have Arkaka, who ran wide out of turn 2. Backing up the field there into turn 3. He goes from 3rd to 6th and 3rd to 7th in a matter of 1 corner.
See how much those new tires help Tin Man, and he's going to be chasing down Sean Boy.
Oh, he is going to be pinning his ears back. He's going to be looking to make have Sean Boy make a mistake. As it sits right now, Tin Man is completely in the driver's seat. Red Mask is sitting there in P3, but he's got that time penalty.
And he's hit by Red Mask behind.
Yeah, he actually just bumped off Tin Man a little bit there, but he kept it as BK is going to go inside of Red Arrow. Red Arrow is going to think twice of battling that one because BK has to serve that drive-through. He has no choice but to serve it, unfortunately, or else he's going to get DSQ'd from the race. So if these drivers now cross the line as it sits, they will all classify here tonight.
All 8 of them.
All 8. Hey, 8 is a lot better than I thought what we would have. So fair play to AM3 yet again, surprising me pleasantly. Sean Boy is going through Sector 3. He's holding. He is holding. I don't know how he's doing it, but he's channeling his inner Gru Tire God King. I wonder if he got tips from him between Imola and here tonight, but it seems to be working so far. Tin Man is still 7/10 of a second adrift. Red Mask is almost a second and a half there. BK
staying out again.
He is not serving that drive-through. It's only lap 1 out of the 3, so oh man, he's gonna have to serve it. It puts him, lap 2 is 29, lap 3 is lap 30. So if he crosses the line lap 30 going into 31 and he doesn't serve it, he's gonna get DQ'd, I think, if my math is correct.
I'd rather take a chance and take it in that first lap, because then you get free track and you get 3 laps to build a gap back, and you never know what can happen on that last lap.
Yeah, I think I would have taken it myself, honestly, but I don't think he's going to be able to avoid it, as BK is he's looking to make the move on Red Mask there. As Captain Jack gets 3 seconds time penalty as well. This is going to be very, very interesting to see what happens down the stretch here. Tin Man is now within 3/4 of a second. He's going to be all over the back of Sean Boy here. Tin Man gets better traction out of the end of Sector 2 and out of the hairpin here. Sean Boy is He's holding. He's got a bit of a straight line, I think more of a straight line setup than Tin Man.
Oh, it's BK's.
Oh, Red Mask spins in the
To
back.
Red Mask. He's gonna give Red Mask back the spot, but Red Arrow's gonna sneak into P3.
Currently.
Oh, and BK's gonna get hooked by Krypton. He's gonna hold him off. As Krypton's actually gonna lose that spot to Arcaka, but he's gonna get it back.
Wow. All unfolding with 3 laps to go. And now BK in front of him has Red Mask and Red Arrow there.
As we should be seeing BK come into pit this lap on this drive-through. Yes, he will.
Here he comes. So there goes his drive-through. So there goes that. Krypton, Arcaka, and VSC Cap and Jack are to get promoted into 5th, 6th, and 7th respectively there. And everybody has crossed the lap 28 threshold. Therefore, they are all classified with 2 laps to go. But the battle right now is going to be for a P1 here between Sean Boy and Tin Man. As of right now, though, that championship gap is going to get into the single digits as
that dropped down to 9 at the current moment.
8th place gets what? 6?
4. Is it 6?
8th place gets 4. No, 7th place gets 6. 8th place gets 4. Yeah, it'll drop down to 9 points with 2 races to go. Well, the gloves didn't come off like I expected them to, but Sean Boy is going to make a huge chunk of points up here. And that's going to have BK steaming, and I know BK very well. He's going to be steaming there. As, Arcaka's off. And Arcaka does not have a wing. He's definitely missing the part.
Should let BK get 2 points back. Unless Arcaka runs it all the way to the line.
He might get the 2 points back. I don't see BK holding, or Arcaka holding off BK there. But again, this battle for the lead on the penultimate lap here at Singapore, on this layout of the track, very treacherous as it is turning into a pretty good banger of a race at the end here, like AM3 has been all season. And Tin Man's going to have to send it. If he wants to come away with the win here, he's going to have to send it.
Oh, and he might have the run out of the last corner. He's going to have ERS flowing, but so I assume with Tin Man, or Sean Boy is as well. Down the inside, Sean Boy's going to pin it around the outside, and he's going to hold it.
Oh, Tin Man holds it, BK.
That's BK spinning out.
Oh, man, that's further frustrating him through no end. But I think that might have been Tin Man's only hope and prayer there to hold on, to try to get that win, as Arcaka retires in the pits.
He does see that he could not pick up any more points from that going in the pit, so
31. Alright, well, Arcaka...
Tin Man spins it out. I think that's going to be it, unless he can find a full second in the last sector and a half.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be able to do that, but BK does get 2 more points, so the gap will be up to 11 now with 2 to go. As Red Arrow is also, but then again, he also has 6 seconds in penalties. So it's going to knock him out of the podium and put Krypton into the podium positions right now. And that'll give... Oh, I can't believe I'm going to be able to hold off for another week. I don't know how I'm doing it. As Sean Boy and Tin Man are going to be battling in that last sector here. Tin Man's not going to... I don't think Tin Man's going to have enough of a opportunity to make the move and make it stick. He's got 4 more corners to go here.
But Sean Boy, who's held on to it. Oh, Tin Man's actually going to get into him!
Tin Man gets into him, spins Sean Boy around. Unbelievable. Red Arrow and Tin Man. Oh my gosh. Red Arrow wins it on track. But Tin Man's going to take the win. Krypton's going to go P2. Sean Boy P3. Red Arrow is going to be P4. Red Mask P5, Cap and Jack P6, BK P7.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see the stewards get involved on that one coming around the final few corners.
Oh my gosh. Unbelievable scenes here. Tin Man getting the win provisionally pending what may or may not happen. I cannot speculate, but I have a feeling that just like from EU3 this afternoon, I might be a busy boy. And I am not looking forward to that. But it is what it is, unfortunately. But as it sits right now, Tin Man wins the Singapore Grand Prix in absolute chaos in that last corner, taking the win away from Sean Boy. And as we get everything updated here, I have the black screen of absolute death. As it sits right now, we have Tin Man P1 in the AlphaTauri, Krypton P2, Sean Boy P3, Red Arrow P4, Red Mask P5, Cap and Jack P6, BK P7, Arkaka P8. That rounds out the classified points finishers tonight. We lost Black Hammer, Swifty P9, P10, who unfortunately will not get points tonight, Gru P11, Karsten P12, Axie P13, and Severe Scott P14. That rounds out our field and our results here in AM3 for Singapore in Season 11. I don't know if we're going to get Sean Boy, but I already see one popped in. Can you get the other being Kryptonic Swang, please?
I already got them all invited. They just need to join in.
Alright. Well, with that being said, a little bit summary of incidents through. We have the jump start from Red Arrow, the invalidated lap time, of course. Very, very littered. Warnings, penalties. The DNFs. Actually, yeah, I was questioning that one. Black Hammer looked like he definitely wrecked because it says terminal damage, so he definitely lost it at the corner before the Singapore sling. Swifty, same thing, terminal damage. Gru wrecked it on track as well, and then the rest of them, Carson Chung wrecked. The rest of them were just DNFs in the pits, I believe. Well, very, very interesting. And while I'm waiting for Kryptonic Swing to possibly join in, I don't think I'm going to get Sean Boy. I know he works early in the morning, the following morning. Well, while we are...
Kryptonic either.
Yeah, I'd go after Kryptonic Swing if you can again, just to be safe. While this is loading. There we go.
Oh, there am I. There we are.
Perfect. Alright,
Hello.
well, we're going to start with our P2 on track. That is Kryptonic Swing. Congratulations, that last couple laps was absolutely, utterly chaotic. I don't know where that pace was at pole, or for qualifying and being on pole as much as you were. Not only did you stomp AM3 in general with that pole time, but you stomped EU3, which does not happen in COS, so congratulations there. But were you geared up more toward the dry setup than you were the wet? Because it seems like you were struggling early on.
I think I was just struggling the wet in general. That was my wet setup that I was using, so I just gotta get more practice in the wet. I was not used to no trash control there.
And you
That's
say
your
that.
wet setup. What's your dry setup?
That is crazy. But yeah, no, at the end there, I know you had you stayed clear as far as penalties were concerned, but you got in a little bit of trouble. going off track, losing your wing. After you lost your wing and had to pit, what was your thought process there? Was it just damage control?
Yeah, it was damage control. See what anyone else would mess up. I think I was like 20 seconds behind almost at one point, and then that safety car happened, and then just absolute chaos to move up to second.
Yeah, I mean, we're gonna, especially the last lap, that second to last corner, we're gonna get somebody else's opinion about that very shortly. But again, congratulations. I don't think you're gonna be losing this one via penalties. So your first podium COS. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Uh,
Long time coming.
as we move on to our provisional race winner, Mr. Tin Man, somehow finding his way onto the podium and onto the top step. I know you had decent pace through the wet all race long. Red Arrow behind you also had decent pace, but you were able to keep him at bay. My question to you, that last lap with 2 corners to go, what happened?
I was watching the dude behind me, and I was watching the dude in front of me also, but I didn't give it as much break as I should have, I guess. I don't know, either that or he may have slowed down a little bit more. I'm not going to take anything away from him because he so hardly should have won that. Granted, I did make the move on him a couple of turns beforehand, and he turned into me, which it kind of ticked me off, but that is what it is. But I had the pass, and he just shut the door. But I didn't mean to get into him, but it happens. I'm sorry. That's one thing I definitely want to say, Sean Boy, for listening. I'm very, very sorry for hurting you. You were really, really fast. As far as the Red Arrow guy, that dude was wicked. He was on my bumper for a minute, and I just like, well, I'm happy with P2. I'll just stick right here. I thought pitting was going to actually help, but rain, tires don't really matter to a point, but they do. So I thought maybe I'm on freshies, maybe I can get the jump. But he was very good at blocking, very good at holding me back. So I was like, well, I'll just stay back here in P2 and just take this. And then, as you saw, crap happened. If I do get the win, well, I'll thank you. I'm here again, but if not, I'm happy with P2 either way.
Well, again, back onto the podium, a very familiar spot to you. We're not going to get Sean Boy in for an interview, unfortunately, but Warren, do me a favor. P3, that's 15 and 6, so what does he lose? 9 points?
Yeah, it'd be a 21-point gap. Back again to a 21-point gap with 2 to go.
And realistically, they are the only two to have a shot at the Drivers' Championship, meaning that being Sean Boy and BK.
26 points left up for grabs.
2 races to go.
No,
21-point
52.
gap. Yeah, 52. Yeah, you're off there. 21-point gap. 2 races to go. And again, I'm going to end it the same way I semi-started it. When are the gloves coming off, gentlemen? With that being said, for Krypton, for Tin Man, for E. Warren, and the rest of AM3, tune in tomorrow for XP2, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 8 o'clock over in the UK. And hopefully, unlike last week, you get to see your boys Deathstorm and E. Warren in AM2 tackle Singapore in the Marina Bay circuit, same time, same place. With that being said, good night from Marina Bay.